I do all the work in the field, or the irrigation, planting, maintenance, spray, mowing.
I come from my whole life being a mechanic, and I was offered this job about 5 years ago. And ever since I got in here, I was like, wow, this is something else. What we do here, what we're trying to accomplish, and hopefully we can keep on going, and hopefully I can keep being here with this company and keep doing the same thing for them.
So out here, I do a wide variety of jobs, from planting the plants to digging holes. I do trenching, lay PVC and glue PVC piping. I drive the forklift, load empty bins.
It is hard, especially when you get 111 degrees for 8 hours and you wake up early in the morning. But other than that, the hardest thing is managing the people, making sure that the project is getting done correctly, day-by-day basis.
The Feather River Conservation Bank is a 580-acre habitat restoration project on the floodplain of the Feather River. It's nestled inside a levee setback that's over 8 miles long.
If for any reason there is a flood, we come in and plant the shrubs and trees to kind of help damper the inflow of the water before it actually impacts the bank.
By doing this project, actually lowered the overall flood stage for a 200-year storm up where the Yuba River comes together with the Feather River by Marysville, about 2 to 3 feet.
And so you set back the levees to just allow more room for rivers to spread out, and that lowers the water surface elevation during flood events.
That is a major flood reduction in elevation, because you measure the stress and strain on your flood system, on your levees, based upon height of the water. So it made a major improvement.
It's some of the best farmland in the world. It's also some of the most productive wildlife habitat on the planet.
Once it's an established forest, these migrating birds are going to have places to nest. We also have blackberries being planted, so that's a food source. In the second growing season, we come back and we seed drill in native grasses. This is great cover for ground nesting birds like turkeys. We've got waterfowls.
To me, the word partners drives everything about what this organization does. Rivers are the lightning rod that we gather people around. They're also a gathering place for wildlife and a gathering place for communities.
Some of it had orchards at one time years ago, probably about 10 years ago. And when Trilla purchased it, they removed some of the orchards, but they didn't have the funding to restore this part of it. It became an area for people to dump cars, trash. And so when we finally got the funding to do it, there was a lot of cleanup. There was a lot of invasive trees that came in, so it was almost like taking a small orchard out.
To get to the point of installing a project like the Feather River Conservation Bank, it takes many communities of people all in alignment for a long time to get to the moment of project delivery. From putting the funding pieces in place to getting all of the regulatory permits in place, to completing large-scale public works construction, to growing out the nursery plants, and then finally getting to the point where we can hire people to plant trees in the ground.
So the magic happens when people stop blaming each other for their problems and sit down and honestly look at how they can solve a problem by working together. And what is best for the community, like putting aside your own personal interest and just looking at these larger issues.
For restoration projects like this, projects that are designed to put local communities to work and do that incredible amount of heavy lifting that's needed to bring life back to rivers, River Partners is just humbled to be able to play any kind of a role in providing economic stimulus that can help communities think forward about using their water resources in a sustainable way while simultaneously improving flood safety and improving ecological health. 2020 was a big year for River Partners. It was our biggest year ever in river restoration projects. And in the past year, we dedicated over $15 million worth of state and federal investment to local communities, into the hands of people who work here, to do the heavy lifting of ecosystem restoration and flood system improvement that will make these communities more resilient as our climate continues to change and as our pressures on our water systems continue to grow. It's a win-win. It works, and we're geared up to do so much more.